Naomi, and this is my special guest,
Kiki.
And this is IAMHER podcast. Make sure you go on Instagram and follow me with 2 T's at the end. So this podcast, this is the second episode, and this follows up on where my mental health was 2 years ago. And I brought my special guest, which is Kiki. Y'all already know her on the gram. Y'all already know she be...
Yo, bruh.
Yo. But anyways, we've been getting like a lot of DMs of...
A lot.
Us like... How you want to say that? Like...
What?
How, like, I don't know, like, people, what you want to call it, like a friend breakup, like...
Friend breakup. Best friend breakup. Best friend breakup. That's what we're going to call it.
Yeah.
Best friend breakup.
Yeah.
And let's talk about it.
It's crazy because you guys are actually going to get, like, the raw of this because we haven't really actually sat down and had a conversation. Like a grown conversation. The last conversation we had was actually like, well, no, we went to Deco.
Yeah, it was an apology.
Yeah.
Meet up.
Yeah.
I will call that an apology meet up.
Yeah.
But I feel like we had talks about it, but not depth enough.
Yeah.
But it got us where we started got us where we are now. And so we're going to probably say some things that each other probably never really told each other. But
yeah. So make sure y'all get comfortable. Make sure y'all got your blunts ready because, yeah.
whatever you need.
Because Because this is like an uncomfortable conversation, honestly. Like before we came on and recorded this, like we was just like, all right, well, what we gonna do?
I was like, just let it be natural and genuine, and you know.
Yeah. So I don't even know where to start.
Well, it's a lot of questions. Everyone has a lot of questions on our friendship.
Yeah.
A lot, and a lot of you guys definitely noticed that we wasn't together often, which can happen, but still be friends. I feel like y'all put that as the number one always, which I can see why you guys would do so. Mm-hmm. But I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think like following up with my last episode, it kind of like you guys will start to understand how things started to go for me mentally and downhill. Like I literally lost everything, and when I say that, it's like friendships, like I was losing everything around me. So just piggybacking and refreshing y'all memory about last episode, I was just telling you guys that I went through a like my mental health wasn't right. Like I was desperate for love. I was in a vulnerable state, and you know, when I left Forex, that's when I was telling you guys I didn't know how to pick myself back up and actually, like, you know, understand who I am in a whole different, you know, world, not just from network marketing and, you know, trading. So literally when I stopped doing that, that's when I started to get into this weak state of mind that, like I said, I was just wanting somebody to be there for me. And it was, you know, a guy that I obviously, you know, was interacting with. But yeah, I guess we can just start right there.
I think that's where it starts anyway.
Yeah.
That's the foundation of how our friendship has, I won't say tarnished, a breakup
needed to happen.
Yeah. So, you want to go?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of said my part, like, and then I don't know. I feel like you need to break it down from the beginning on why you wanted to take that break, because that was your call. You wanted to step away from me.
Yes. So, I stepped away from Nomi simply because she wasn't Nomi. She wasn't the Nomi that I knew, and she wasn't the Nomi that I knew she was heading to. She completely lost herself, and some people might agree and some people might disagree, but that gets tiring, to see a friend constantly go through the same thing, toxic traits, and you constantly having a conversation about the same thing, and you just feel like what you're saying isn't being worked towards, because you know that she deserves the best and deserves to be happy and stuff like that. So as a best friend, you feel like you're in that relationship with them because that's your best friend. It's like y'all are like soulmates. So just that the moment of her falling downhill is just I was there for her. I surely was, the best way I know I could, and I she can agree or disagree, but I just knew how I was feeling towards her wasn't healthy, because it's just repeating yourself constantly. You know that when a person's in love, they're blinded at the end of the day. What you see, they see, but they still see something more in that person, and it's just like us. We know, and the people that do care for her was like, it's not healthy, it's not good. We want the best for you, etc. But sometimes you gotta let somebody go through that alone, and they need to figure that out. And that's what I needed to let her do. Like, I started to like not want to be around her as much, because it was like the sadness and knowing that this dude is really like hurting you. It's like, I really can't get down with this. Who you want to be with? I can't be down with that, because I care for you too much. But I also care for you to let you go do what you want to do, and hopefully you'll find your way. And when you do, we'll come back. If I feel as though if we could forgive dudes multiple million times, I feel as though if she is someone that I did care for, it would, I would have, what's the name? But over time, it's just, we had to separate, and I think we handled it in a manner. I feel like our tones through text message, because again, all of that was through text message due to, where I was at in time, dealing with my own personal, and then, seeing your best friend go through something so like life changing for her. It was just a lot. So, messenger, having a conversation, I feel like what I said, she took wrong, what she said, I took wrong. And I feel as though we could have handled it a little different, but how we handled it was how we handled it. But that's when we agreed that we wasn't gonna be best friends. And
I don't know.
Well, I think I decided like, nah, it's just we can't like, I can't be around him. Like, if that's someone you care about, and I know me, I'm going to say things that I don't want to regret for you, and for us to, I just needed to, take that step away. But they all started from that moment, and we went 9 months, almost a year, longer. Almost a year without talking to each other. Yeah. Because of that. And yeah. Crazy. So
yeah, so hold up. Okay, so wait. So basically, when you did cut me off, like how was that? Like, how did that make you feel? 'Cause I don't know, I feel like on my part, the way that like it kind of made me feel, I'm just like, I was confused for real, because I was just like, there was so many conversations that I wanted to have with you, but I knew like we had that first uncomfortable conversation. We kind of was just like bickering at each other. Yeah. So I'm like, I already know where this is gonna go.
That's when I knew. That's when I knew.
And basically, like, when we were just bickering at each other, I'm like, damn, like, when I left your house, when I had that in-person conversation with you, and I left, I was like, damn, like, I definitely wanted to say more, but I felt like where you were at with me with a lot of frustration, you were just gonna spaz.
Yeah, and it's like that. I think that was the moment I was like, that's it. She ain't coming back. Like, it's like she was deeply in love. Like, you can tell. I've been there, so I definitely know how that feels. So, but it's like at that moment, it's nobody can help you through that. You are the only person that can truly get you out of that because you know you more than you. Whether you know I was a best friend or not, at the end of the day, I knew when I went through that, I did it alone, and I figured myself out. I didn't want nobody around. When you're in that state, you don't want other people around but that person that you want. Yeah. So, which is very understandable, but it's like I needed, you know, her to do that and figure her out, and I feel like I feel like I did what was best because I feel like where we are now, which we're going to get to, it's different. Girl, it's different. I feel like I'm more affectionate, but we're going to get there. But
yeah,
anyway.
we definitely are going to get there. But, okay, wait. So, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of misleading thoughts. And, you know, I definitely just want to bring this up. But, you know, friendships are like something that I started just to take very serious. So, like, when I was in that state of mind, like, I can understand why she decided to take a step back from me. And it took me a long time to understand, but I literally went to seek help. Like, I went to a therapist because I started to lose not her, but, you know, more friends, even family members. Like, they just started to push me away because of who I wanted to be around. And, you know, this episode, what I really want you ladies to take from is, don't be blinded by lust. Don't be blinded by the sweet talks. Remember your worth. Because when I was in that state of mind, like, it was just like, I told you guys, I was in a weak state of mind. I was figuring out who I was without Forex. So, like, I put myself in a position where I didn't really want to grow. I was stagnant. Like, I didn't know how to pick myself back up. So, anyways, being in a friendship and then seeing, you know, your loved ones not being appreciated and stuff like that, it does hurt. Especially if you have a close friend and y'all been like this since like way back, you're going to feel that. And it took me a while to understand that. Even my therapist was like, you need to understand, in her part, she went through similar situations that you are going through. So for her to see what you're telling her, like what this individual is doing to you, is probably triggering her from parts that she hasn't healed. So when I started to, like, my therapist said that to me, and I was just like, okay, like, dang. Like, sheesh. Like, I'm like, okay, ouch, that hurt. And I'm over here like, I'm like, damn, because, you know, we've definitely we went through things together. So it's like when she went through her situations, I was always there. Like, it kind of made me feel some type of way that she gave up on me and wanted to leave that friendship, because I'm like, dog, like, I was there for you. So, like, that's the only part that kind of, like, threw me off, because I'm like, damn, bro, like, you really, like, my soulmate. You feel me? So I'm like, this shit, like, it hurt. It really did.
I know. And I can see why she feel like that, and I definitely see where she's coming from, but you got to see where I'm coming from, okay? Where was we at?
Bro, I told you, don't do this shit.
Where was we at? We go. Cut back. Cut.
Bro, what? Okay.
What was the part? Oh, why you walked away? Okay. Action. So I can see.
I'm not cutting this off.
No.
Like,
okay.
They gotta see this.
Okay, so I can honestly see where she was coming from, but where I was, I felt like I just feel like she wasn't the type of friend to be in my ass. I would feel like Nomi was all the above. all the above, but I feel like
I wasn't keeping it real.
she wasn't keeping it real to the extent like, yo, Key, what you doing is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you moving is fucked up. How you thinking is not where you should be, you know? And sometimes I needed a true friend at that moment, not a yes man. And she wasn't always like that. Like I said, again, Nomi just was changing, and I didn't even know who she was at the point, at a certain point. So it was like, I was like, why is she not telling me about myself? Like, I know what I'm doing or thinking or moving or whatever the case may be isn't right, but why is she telling me about myself? You my best friend. You're my best friend. So I expect to be told about myself. Like, I need self-criticism. I need to know that thing, because I was always on no.
I ain't like that, but
always
I
on. Not playing. Like, what you doing? Like, where you at, sis? Like, no. Like,
yo, nah. When she
always
went to my
on
location, let me turn this off.
yeah. What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah.
We trying to not, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, I just feel as though that's what I needed at the time. And it was just like, because I'm telling you about yourself, I want you to do better. And it's like, I'm going through my own things. I feel like I'm slacking in some things too. And it just wasn't the encouragement. Because when people tell you about yourself sometimes, and you can really sit back and think, and you can really evaluate and try to make yourself want to do better, you're going to do better and always thank the person that made you want to get up, you know? So that's what I wanted from my best friend. But it's okay, you know? Like, everything we learned from all this. So it's like,
yeah, it was definitely like a roller coaster. So like, okay, so moving forward from that, like, when we weren't talking, what were you doing? Like, we used to talk almost every single day. Like, I missed out like a whole close to a year. Like, what were you doing? Like, what's tea?
What was I doing? Girl, nothing. Like, okay, I'm lying, girl. I really wasn't. I don't know. I was sad.
You were sad.
Yeah, bitch.
What were you going through?
A lot. Life was lifing, girl.
Life is still life.
Well, it's still lifing, but lifing and lifing. You know, it was lifing real bad. Because, like, I wasn't talking to nobody. I wasn't venting to my girl. I told you everything.
Yeah.
Something happened, girl.
Yo,
To like, oh, let me call. Oh, I need to chill.
Yeah, right.
To like, that's not. Yeah, that was just, yeah. It was crazy, girl.
I was thinking about you.
I was too. I was like.
What she doing? What she?
Well, yeah, I was like, I hope she doing good. You know, I was praying for you though, cause you know, I know. Nomi's very emotional.
Yes.
She is an emotional Gemini. The most emotional. But I mean, I knew.
That
You're my soulmate. I feel
it was definitely hard to get out of a situation that, like, I don't know, like that was different. I've never experienced
friendship breakups.
I've never experienced.
Me either. And
those two things in my life. Those were two big things.
Yeah. I feel like a best friend breakup. I feel like any friendship breakup, you'll feel it. But a best friend breakup, that's what? 10 plus?
Yeah.
10 plus?
Yeah.
Girl.
But nah, so listen. So a lot of people are actually wondering, like, why we came back to being friends again. Like, and I'm just like... okay, hear me out. Hold on. Before we get into that, I just, like, the way that I move with no hate. If we ever had beef before, I want to talk. I'm grown. We grown. Like, I want to talk this out.
That's definitely Nomi. I can definitely say that. Because it's been times where Nomi had to come to me.
Yes.
I was just like, But I feel like we balance each other out. So it was like, but then I'll feel bad because then she'll ignore me. I'll be like,
yeah, and I'm not gonna,
no.
I'm not gonna leave you alone until we talk things out.
Yep.
So it's just like, that's just the type of person I am. I'm not gonna hold a grudge forever. If I have problems with you, I'll see you whatever in public. Hey, how are you? And keep it pushing. That's what it is. But she's obviously different, and like, y'all, it took some time, like, to get back to like how we are now, and it's still, it's different.
It's different. It's definitely not the same.
It's not
like,
the same.
I don't know what the switch is. Come on, bro.
What's going on?
Yeah, doing too much. But the switch was switched. But I like this switch.
Yeah.
We mature.
But I feel like this is your first time experiencing me being single.
What?
You've never seen me single.
No.
So it's definitely, that's playing a big part too.
Yeah.
Like, you've never seen like this Nomi.
No. Like, this is a whole different Nomi. But I like this Nomi. Like, this is who she was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, or halfway where she's supposed to be. Because she ain't never done grown. But I'm just saying, like, it's different. Like, her mindset, the way she talking, the way she moving,
Grooving.
But yeah.
So anyways, hold up, because she's definitely right though, because I definitely feel like we both matured in different levels. So it's like, I feel like that year break, it made us reflect on who we are, and it's good to know that we both are thinking about each other.
That too. You know what's crazy? Not even that. We went through the same similar storm.
Literally.
Crazy.
We weren't even talking.
Nothing.
Like, every time, y'all, literally, whatever happens in my life happens in hers. Whatever happens in her life happens in mine. So I'm like, but this is why I would never feel no type of way towards you, because I really feel like we have a strong bond, and whoever thinks that's weird, that's on y'all.
Well,
like,
y'all might have to suck it up. I know some of y'all was happy in the beginning. Like, yo.
Oh my god.
But listen, like, friendships could come back. If you can go back with your ex-Yannis that you're not supposed to be with, then forgive your friend. Life is too short.
Yeah.
Life is too short to be playing around. Get right, y'all. Get right
with the person
people
that you love.
Tomorrow ain't promised.
Facts.
And everybody got expiration date, and you just don't know. And I'm the type of person that I would think a lot if, you know, something was to happen. And I'm like, hell no. And that used to be in my mind all the time. All the time. But pride was in the way where I was mentally at that time. And now that I am where I am, for real, y'all, we barely told each other we love each other.
Yeah.
I can say why for me. I wasn't affectionate. I wasn't an affectionate friend. Like, if she would hug me, I'd be like, because I just wasn't an affectionate friend.
I would literally like cuddle with her, and she's like, yeah.
But now it's like, randomly I was just playing in her hair. Usually I would feel weird and awkward, but I feel like now it's like, if you don't do that now, you're gonna wish you have done it before. And I don't want to wish anything. I just want to make sure
it's
I do think with love and
vibes,
genuine,
like,
and it's just like I said, life is too short. So get right with who you want to get right with. Forget whoever has to talk. People gonna talk, and they don't realize talking don't make them nothing. But if that floats their boat, you keep going and you live at peace. You know, I feel like I'm at peace with our friendship.
Yeah.
I feel like where we are, we're still growing. And I feel like we're more vulnerable. You know?
Yeah. We're more aware.
Yeah, that too.
And we definitely like view things like way differently. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And listen, if you're going through this, just not even a best friend friendship or whatever, it's
Any
personal,
relationship.
you will understand
Yeah.
what we're saying at the end of the day. You know, and I just want y'all to know that you can always get right with whoever you want to get right with, and do it genuinely. When
drop
it's genuinely,
the ego. Drop the ego.
Please.
Like right now. Like
please drop it, because that is a killer.
Yeah.
I feel like that we all need to be moving with love and loving each other so people can
pick up where they left off. And that is basically like.
Is there anything else that you would ask?
Let me see. I think I might have it on my phone.
Did you say where you were when we wasn't talking?
Yeah.
You did? You answered that? Oh yeah, you was. You said about the whole Forex and you was what?
Oh well.
But you didn't really go into depth. Like, what was you thinking about? I don't think I asked you that.
Nah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you that.
Okay, so we're going back.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can, it don't really matter.
Okay.
So, where was you at when we weren't talking?
Dang. Wait. Okay. So we stopped talking.
April.
Right. No.
April, May.
Last time I seen
April,
you
May.
was on your birthday dinner.
Yeah, but then we went to the bowling alley in April.
Oh,
and that was the last time I seen you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, Kiki, I was.
That's a long time.
I'm not gonna lie, like talking about it, kind of like.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting emotional because like I've never thought I would let myself go like that.
Yeah. And
it's so crazy.
But don't beat yourself up about it. Like,
no,
you learned, you had to go through that. Like, we had to go through this. Yeah. Even though if we would have seen it before, we probably would be like, nope. But this was something that had to happen.
Yeah.
Because, what I was lacking as a friend, you didn't feel, that, and then what you was lacking as a friend, I didn't feel that. So, we both knew that we wanted to fix ourselves without having our friend feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Like we were
beating around the bush.
Yeah. And I think we both seen that. So I feel like though this was a forced thing. Like we couldn't physically do it. So it happened because of something else.
Right.
And it's like, again, it had to happen for us to be here. So.
During that time, though, I was literally like, I was really depressed, bro. Like, I think I have in my journal and we were talking. Well, not me and you, but I was basically talking to myself and I was journaling and you were obviously a part of my thoughts, and I started to cry a lot because it wasn't just you, like it was like my family, like my sister started to receive like how I started to move when I was in that relationship, and like I seen me and her bond kind of like separate, and even me and my parents, like my parents were actually scared for my health. Like they actually sat me down and they were like, what is going on? Like, it came to a point that, like, I was looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I'm really the problem here. Like, I keep making excuses for this individual that I was, I was blinded by. And, to just make this clear, I'm not here to talk down on anybody. I'm here to relate to people who've went through similar situations like this. And it's something that is hard to get out of, but it's something that you need to realize your worth, and it took me so long to realize what it was. And the way I realized, like the thing that actually made me get away from that situation was my anxiety. Like my anxiety got so bad to the point that like it was just horrible. Like my body couldn't take it no more. So like I just kind of just like, it was just like I released a like
A load.
Yeah.
A load that would, yeah.
And it's crazy because I basically had someone tell me about my future, and I didn't know how to feel about it, you know? So I did, you know how I'm very open-minded, I did hear what that person said, but I didn't fully like, you feel me? Because I do believe in God. So just, you know, that's just a different
It was in a different time.
Okay?
It was in a different time.
Yes. So, yeah, I was losing it. But then, like I told you, my body couldn't take it no more. Then I started to go to the gym. I started to apply to jobs. I wanted more for myself. And that's literally how I started to pick myself back up. And when I did get that job, that's when I was like, okay, once I get this job, I already know like things are gonna start falling into place. So let me make things right with the people that I fucked up in life with. So that's when I hit you up.
Yeah. I seen the number. I said
201.
Huh? And I ain't respond that quick enough.
Bro.
How long I take?
You're just the most pettiest Aquarius ever. Like, yo, she is so petty, but then like, it's like what she said, we balance each other out. Look what we're wearing. Like, she was not playing.
Nothing.
But
like, get out of my head.
Stop it. But honestly, that's really everything that I wanted to talk about. Next episode is gonna be lit. You don't even
y'all
know.
Y'all gotta make sure y'all tune in regardless. Regardless. Because
this was a great episode.
It was.
I was scared, but I'm glad. Like,
I felt good. I was getting
emotional.
I ain't been in front of my camera in so long, but it came natural today.
I
felt
think you're not emotional.
I feel like I am emotional, but there's certain things that I do know how to control.
Well, but I can't control my tears.
Well, bitch, if I see you cry, then I'm gonna start crying.
Well, you ain't crying.
Because I wasn't barely looking, and then when I did look, you try to look away and try to have this little bang, try to cover it, girl. So, yeah, I am emotional. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Oh, well. But, say nah. But, I am emotional. And I am more affectionate. And I do like that in a way. But then it's like gushy at the same time. So,
blah.
I know.
All right, well, I'm gonna put her Instagram. Make sure you go ahead and follow her. Make sure you guys share love, repost this, and give us some feedback. If you guys like this, let us know. Let us know how we did with this, because we didn't.
I think we did a good job.
But I think this was really good. Period.
Yeah, this was real.
Bueno.
Yeah.
Bueno. Buenito.
Buenita.
All right, y'all. I'll catch you in the next episode, Sunday at 8 p.m.